So this question asks us to find the area between the curves f of x equals 16 on x squared and g of x equals a half x minus 1 between the points x equals 2 and x equals 4. Just on GeoGebra, I've graphed what that will look like. 16 on x squared is this green graph here, and this red graph is a half x minus 1. And what the question is asking us to do is to find the integral between 2 and 4 between these two graphs. So the way we're going to have to set that up is it's going to have to be the integral between the lower bound of 2 and the upper bound of 4, and then it's going to be the upper function, which is f of x in this case, minus g of x dx. Okay, so what does that look like? So that will be the integral from 2 to 4 of f of x. Well, f of x is 16 on x squared minus the lower function, which is a half x minus 1. Make sure you put it in brackets. Okay, if we write that a bit more simply, we get the integral from 2 to 4 of 16x to the power of minus 2, which will help us when we need to integrate, minus a half x plus 1 dx. Alright, we can give this a shot at integrating now, so we're going to say that that's equal to, alright, so the 16 always goes on top, and then using the power rule, it's 1 over, so the 1's there, but I've just put 16 on top, so it's negative 2 plus 1, so it's negative 1 x to the power of negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. Alright, this next part here, integrating x is x squared on 2, so that becomes minus a half times 1 on 2 x to the power of 2, and then the last part, integral of 1, is just x, and that's between 4 and 2. If we write that a bit more simply, squeeze it in, that will just be negative 16 on x, because x to the power of negative 1 means it can go into the denominator, minus a quarter x squared plus x, 2 to 4. Alright, next part is to sub in the upper bound and evaluate it, and then subtract the lower bound, so that's going to be negative 16 on 4 minus 1 quarter times 4 squared plus 4 minus minus 16 on 2 minus 1 quarter times 2 squared plus 2. Pen stop working. So this is equal to, alright, negative 16 divided is negative 4. Negative 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4, so that's minus 4 plus 4. Alright, this part here, minus 16 divided by 2 is minus 8, but it's plus 8 because that minus at the front. Alright, this part here, 2 squared is 4. A quarter of 4 is 1, so that's plus 1, and then this last one's minus 2 because we expand this minus in. Alright, simplify things down. The plus 4 minus 4 will go. Minus 4 plus 8 is positive 4, plus 1 is positive 5, minus 2 is 3. Square units if we want to be precise. And there you go, that's our answer. So the area, this blue shaded area here, between 16x squared and a half x minus 1 between 2 and 4 is equal to 3.